All right, we are continuing talking about the voice in our head, those aliens. You'll hear me say everybody have had their awakening by the time they're 30. Back in the 60s, they used to say, trust nobody over 30. Because by the time you're 30, you've had your awakening, and people will do what they're asked to do, good, bad, or indifferent. At times. It depends on the situation. You want to question everything. Trust is a very, very delicate thing to ever give to anybody. So always question everything. And you move forward from there. But in life, we do have to trust. There are doctors, there are mechanics, there are parents, friends. But just like the movie The Truman Show, it's true, man. There are people watching you. Truman is this television show. There are people that will spy through the spy door on your existence. I call it being a jury from within. They think that they're getting a truth, but when you're being a jury from within, you're getting an injury towards the truth, an injury. My pan tilt zoom just kicked in. So with that said, there is a 2 highlight zone called penny for your thoughts, because that's the value of spying on somebody in their brain when you can't ask and answer questions. The aliens can manipulate a situation so that they can manipulate your perception of what's happening, is what is happening. Everybody has the voice in their head. I wanted to touch on such a beautiful teaching song, great movie, The Muppets, Rainbow Connection. If you can read the lyrics there, I can't really see without my glasses on if you can read that. But it's a point in a song where he says, have you been half asleep? Have you heard the voices? I've heard them calling my name. All of us under its spell. We know that it's probably magic. Magic is always alien tech at a level where the human doesn't comprehend. You see it in Ant-Man. Okay, Scott, we caught you now. And he's big and inflated, the suit, and then it just deflates. And the agent goes, oh, magic. He says magic because it's known through agencies, the aliens, the voice in our head, that they can do things, but they're not supposed to talk openly, oh, this is alien tech. There's a word that they use, which is called magic. Above top secret, above magic was a phrase back in the days. Everybody has the voice in your head, even from a child up. If you understand what an imaginary friend is, it's not so imaginary. They're a part of our life. They've raised us from caveman baby. They are the angel and the devil on the shoulder. They are absolutely both. The bull is a part of this planet to buy what the bull has to offer. Your arm is an extension of you. It's your limb. The Muslim, when you become a part of the nation of Islam. We're not to blindly follow them. And Moses teaches, don't you worship that golden calf, right? We call them, right now they're known as cow words. So these cows, this alien race, the cow, are talking about it. That's words. But they're predicted to step up and shine so bright, we call this planet global. Glowbull. Buy what the bull has to offer towards God. They taught us through Muslim, the holy cow. Taurus, the bull, the Torah, Taurus. It's about focusing in and knowing that all of us have the voice. It's not saying some of us under its spell. They're teaching us through this song, all of us under its spell. Right? Have you been half asleep? Have you heard the voices? Half your life you are sort of out of the picture up until the time you're about 30. Now, some people have their awakening younger than that, but by the time you're 30, you've had your awakening. And then you're brought into to keep their secret. That's old school. That's divide and conquer, and it's selling the children into the enslavement. They've helped us immeasurably gain water, power, agriculture, medical. We've learned, but That's with them riding us like a human pony with a bridle in our mouth. They like control. Go this direction. Don't. Okay, this way. Wait. Okay, now you can go. They love control. Number one, between the aliens and the human, rule number one, submit your human. When you have your awakening, submit your human. Rule number two, don't give them any information that you can't expect, is the proper word, them to keep secret. I never submitted, and I never was this information. So if I didn't do rule number one, submit your human. Rule number two, once submitted, don't give them any information. This doesn't come from them. There are multiple levels above. When we're doing it the best, we're known as a pair of ants. Two little ants, teaching a child to be a loving, responsible member of society. The bulls, the aliens who are in charge of this planet, are in charge of one little grain of sand, one little blue marble that houses the ants. There are many levels above them. I was gifted with understandings many levels above them. And it's now time to move forward. Reformation days. It's about teaching the children. It's about creating the center. I was talking about Elon Musk in my last video, where he was saying, look, I didn't want to get involved with AI. Google was sort of monopolizing it. He got involved. He says a couple times, I accelerated it. He says something for a CYA of all roads lead to AI acceleration. Not true. He feels that he helped accelerate it. He's not responsible for it altogether. I mean, there are other humans and finances behind it. But I'm calling on him as well as churches. You have the finances. Now let's start teaching the children and making the future better. You want to make a better future for this planet? Then we had better start communicating and educating each other on what's going on here. So my call is to the churches and to Elon Musk and to any other of the Giving Pledge, which are billionaires, Bill and Melinda Gates, Warren Buffett. I think those three created the Giving Pledge, where upon their death or before, they give away half of their money to a charity. I call on all those, if you truly want to make this world a better place for your children and those coming in behind us, let's start putting money towards the center. It's not government. They're not going to do it. It's not their job. We, the people, make change, and you want to be on top of the people you have in there. You want to know what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're spending. It's about keeping an eye on and having true transparency. I wanted to touch on Kermit the Frog. Have you been half asleep? Because the most of us, we're all a part of a cult. And we cheer for it every day by keeping our head down, getting to work, keeping the status quo. And it's why it's called the cult cheer. Cult cheer. The question is, how healthy is it for you? Is it teaching you love? Is it teaching you to be against something? Is it separating you from those who do love you? You want to understand the cult you're in. We're all a part of a cult. What's the benefits? And you have to do that cost analysis, right? The Ben Franklin list, the pros and the cons. And you want more pros that are benefiting you in love at the end of the day. Corporate. I want to touch on this because I want this word to be understood, and I hope I'm getting my point across when I talk about we are the planet, everybody, all the humans. It's all of us. Corporate is us, the average Joe to the middleman to the CEO. Okay, we're all a part of it. The planet. Now, understand the word core is love. It's a corpse, in Latin, core is the heart, corpse, the body. Core, so the body, the heart, love, which is love. We all know that love is the answer. It's the driving force in the universe. God is love, and we're learning to become more like God, more loving beings. Life is a school, learning to love. Core, poor, ate. We were poor, caveman baby. We didn't know how, we were shoving dirt in wounds. Right? We didn't understand medical benefits. We understand now water, power, agriculture, medical technologies. But we got there by cutting off a little bit of our finger and eating it, right? We ate from ourselves that snake that eats itself, corporate. Now, I put that off to the side. Just go with we. I once heard a story. He says this girl was so poor that her family used to poke blood a cow. They would bleed it enough so they can literally drink the blood of that cow but keep it alive. So they were living off that cow by blooding it. We're chopping little bits of our finger when we corporate. All of us is the whole. This is the part I'm trying to get across. We are this planet. All of us. That's the humans. That CEO, that corporation. But us as a planet ate from ourselves. We were upsetting ourselves. We were dirtying ourselves by pouring waste into rivers. Corporates were doing that. But they were learning things at the same time. We were hurting ourselves by doing, even within the military and the CIA and such, MK Ultra. The government is somewhat of a corporation itself. We did things to hurt ourselves. The aliens are glitching the camera. I'm getting into corporate talk here. It's the humans feeding from themselves, and we're eating that core, loving, beautiful part. Don't you ever take this camera glitching as anything but get the point. Okay, they just pulled the camera forward, I noticed. They can't stop love. We move forward holding on to love. They want you to keep their secret, right? They're glitching the camera because they don't want you talking about it. They think, oh, he's talking about things. We move forward in love, all of us under its spell. And this is a controlled planet, and look what is around you. Can you afford your apartment? Can you afford your house? Do you think your children can get a good job and afford it? Yesterday's video was about protection, professional protection, and technic ill. Okay? Corporate. The core that the poor ate. We used to be a poor planet Earth, and we ate ourselves, and we're eating away at the beautiful, loving core of ourselves, which is love, by continuing to do the bad things. Now, the transition takes hundreds of years. Corporations, billionaires, your money is not going away. But what I will say is we're doing it the absolute wrong way. We used to share understandings, energy findings, technologies. We're at such a level now we don't share. We sneak it off to the side. Since Tesla, they just hid it away. And we're holding up, you're the guy working at the Walmart, you're the guy pumping the gas at the gas station, you're that base level of the pyramid, which is the core of all of us. Now I'm going off on a different core, but without those ground pillars where people are working every day at the grocery store, at the gas station, at the Home Depot, those conveniences that you provide, that's why the corporation people, the money with people with finances can just go and buy something or send their person to go buy something. It's because of the factory workers, the people working in mining resources. That is a huge part of the future. Because, man, when you understand electronics, we can design anything. Printed circuit board, absolutely amazing. The future. Printed circuit board, component pick and place machines. These little phones, oh my goodness. India had a $5 smartphone. Take a look at YouTube, that search. Future gets real cheap, real quick. When you understand they got you working your life away to have water, power, a roof over your head, television, video games, internet when you're coming home, maybe a hobby. Oh my God, the future is bright. It's not about corporate, and it's no longer about them taking advantage and sneaking away fines that they have, right? They're learning things, and we don't get to share in that. That's taxation without representation. It's never a revolution. It's an evolution in love. We evolve, and part of that evolution is understanding. We don't have to eat ourselves anymore, and that's what we're doing the corporate way. Corporate. We were a poor planet. We were a caveman baby, and we fed off of ourselves for so many centuries. Now it's time to step back. It takes a couple hundred years to transition out. I can show you how. We have the numbers, and the aliens know this. Corporations fear what? We can just boycott. What you want to do, corporations, is be a part of it. and help the kids coming up. You want to be that loving corporation. You don't want to be that one holding on to the money bag saying, no, you're going to buy from us and we're going to keep developing things. It's everybody understands it's build to replace, right? Things used to be built to last. There's that 100-year-old light bulb, right? Why would you want to manufacture a 100-year-old light bulb, light bulb that lasts 100 years? People will buy it once. Designed to fail is the phrase the aliens just reminded me. That's intelligent, the inside telling the gent. They've helped us. Corporate, they've helped you. Religions, they've helped you. It's now time to give back to the planet, your family, your grandchildren coming in. Don't forget, life is a school learning to love, not about holding all kinds of money that you can't even take with you. How about a life that you can, a quality of life? I hope the corporate people understand they're not living a quality of life. You better get that paper in. Did this happen? Everybody's stressed and all on top. There's probably some that are, skating. That's not the majority of people. They're just trying to hold their job. Maybe they're, cubicle jobs can get a little, pretend to be busy, but it's still, we're getting over on each other. Even that, right? You understand that, geez, what are we doing here? I'm going to end this. I'm starting to go along, but there's so many different things I want to talk about. Kermit the Frog. Have you been half asleep? They've been teaching us for years about the voice in our head. All of us under its spell. Corpore 8, that's old school. It's a transition. I'm calling on the churches and billionaires of the Giving Pledge and Elon Musk. I don't know that he's a part of the Giving Pledge, but he was mentioning he did help accelerate AI. If you feel that you want to help the kids coming in behind us and give back, please, let's start doing this. Create the center, how the aliens are involved on this planet, how they're affecting our thoughts, desires, impulses, and cravings. This is a video to save, share, to get out to the people. Please interact with it. Put a comment, like I think they say 7 words, or more is a good comment. Save it, and that gets it into the algorithm. It shows engagement and other people. It's about sharing it. Even if you don't want to share it with an individual, you can save it to a file, a playlist, and engage with it and give it a like. That will share it to the planet. So please, at a minimum, to help the kids, if that's all you could do, is share, like, and comment. Right? You don't have to share it. To save, like, and comment, so that it gets out to the algorithm. Thank you. It's about the kids, teaching them.